Hello. As most of us look on to now the pictures of Ramana Maharshi and the vintage photos of him, we perceive a body and mind. We look onto him and we believe that we're seeing a human person, an individual with a mind and a body. But that is only because that's how we perceive ourselves. You see, Ramana Maharshi did not know himself as a mind and a body. He knew himself as the ultimate reality, as the infinite one without a second. And so this is a great pointer that shows you that you perceive the world as you experience yourself. If you experience yourself as an individual that has a body and a mind, you will perceive the rest of the world as forms as well. But if you perceive yourself or know yourself as the one reality, when you perceive back out into the world, that is all you will know. And this falls right in line with Ramana Maharshi's experience of himself. There is a story tied to this. The story goes, one of his devotees, her name was Janakai Madi, one day fell to his feet and said to him, "I am grasping the feet of my guru." And he looked at her and said, "If you truly believe these feet are your guru, you will be disappointed someday, because someday this apparent body is going to perish, and along with it, the feet will also perish. So then what will you have?" Ramana went on to say, the true guru, the true feet of the guru is shining in your heart as I am. Bow to those feet. Go to those feet. Cling to the feet of I am and never leave. And if you do this, you will experience me. Those are his words, because she took herself to be a physical body, and therefore when she projected her experience onto him, he in her eyes was a body who had real feet, who she could praise. But Ramana knew that the reason is because she did not experience herself as the one reality yet. And if she continued to turn her attention inward, back onto herself, eventually she would experience herself as him, as the one. So what is the sole purpose of Ramana Maharshi's teachings? To turn your attention inward, to turn your attention back onto I am and cling onto I am and drift back into I am's reality to discover yourself, to discover your true nature, your swarupa, which in Sanskrit is one's true nature. And when you do that, when you surrender yourself to the one infinite whole, you will experience yourself as Ramana, as the one reality that shines in all of our hearts as I am. Take care.
There's a sentence that I always come back to, and it's really the underlying message of even like Ramana Maharshi. Because everybody, they would look at somebody like Ramana Maharshi and they would see a body. The only reason they saw a body because they believed themselves were a body. And this body projects a three-dimensional world. So when you look onto somebody like Ramana Maharshi, because you're a body, you see a body. But from his point of view, he is not a body and mind. He has no idea what that is. So it depends on whose perspective you're talking about. So the sentence is, you perceive the world as you experience yourself. As if you experience yourself as limited, then when you peer out into the world will appear limited as well. But if you know yourself, your infinite self, as an infinite being, when you peer out into the world, that's what you perceive. So allow that to allow yourself to rest into that understanding. That the more that you turn within and you experience your true nature, when you do peer back out onto the world will appear in the way that you are experiencing yourself. So that's why if you know yourself as love, then that's all you know, even when you peer out into the world, even if the world is appearing to not it's doing negative things, but all you know is love. And so it's not the world that changes, it's your perception of the world relative to how you're experiencing yourself. That's why you might hear some teachers say, you are required to love everybody and everything, but you're not necessarily required to like everybody and everything. Because the world is still going to be doing what it does. There's still going to be the duality of it, the evil and good. But that doesn't mean that you can experience its underlying nature of love as yourself. Because the manifestation works from, it's an outward projection. It comes through you, through your body and mind, and it projects its three-dimensional projection into the world. So you get to choose how the world is filtered. If you are not liking yourself, when that projects itself, it's going to pick up the negativity of you before it projects the world. So if you are experiencing yourself as love, it's going to come through, it's going to pick up the love and project itself as love, even though the manifestation is in a realm of duality. So the more you rest into yourself and you experience yourself, you'll start to understand this directly in your day-to-day experience of the world. Because the world itself will lose its edge. And it's, again, it's not the world losing its edge, it's you experiencing the love of yourself more and more.
Reminder that I do give free one-on-one non-duality sessions for those who are interested. You can go to my website, loveoutpouring.com, to book a time. Take care.